you're not where you want to be because of you, and until you realize that, you're not going to have the life that you want to have. And this is the most important thing that you need to know and you need to learn if you want to get to any height of success. If you want to get anywhere in life, if you want to accomplish anything, you must first understand that it is your fault. And the reason why you're not there yet is because of you. It's because of action that you didn't take. It's because of things that you didn't learn. It's because of people that you didn't talk to. It's because of chances that you didn't take. It's not on anything else. And the main thing that has taken me to a 7-figure level at the age of 25 years old, to the point where I'm able to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, is complete ownership of everything around me. Complete ownership of who I am and who I want to be. And never blaming any external factor for what I've done or what I haven't done. And when you give yourself complete control over who you are, what you are, where you've been, and where you're going, then it becomes extremely easy to live the life that you want to live. And 99% of the people on the planet take this victim approach, take this victim mindset. And I'm getting ready to go buy a gift for my daughter. I got up and I was like, she needs some more gold. So I'm going to go buy her some gold, and I'm going to go buy my wife some gold, and then a couple other things. So I'm just driving and doing a little bit of shopping right now. But this is the essential truth that you need to understand in life, and just be completely self-sufficient and understand that whatever it is that you want, you can have. Because when you understand that whatever it is that you want, you can have, you understand that whatever it is that you don't have is also because of you. And this is very powerful. When you realize these things, when you understand that every single thing that you want, every single thing that you've ever thought of having, there's a path to having it. And this comes with a lot of confidence. It comes with confidence knowing that, you know what? I'm in control of this situation. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of the things that I do or don't do. I'm in control, no one else. It's not because I watched this thing, or it's not because this person told me I couldn't do it, or that I could do it. It's not because I was seeking that validation. It's not because of anything other than myself. And for me, I constantly tell myself that, okay, you want to get to hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. You want to get to billions of dollars in cash. Well, the only reason why you're not there yet is because there are things that you have not connected yet. And then once you start to connect those things, what happens is they've already happened. Once you start to actually connect the dots and say, okay, here's everything that I need to do to get to this point, then they actually have already happened. It's just a matter of time. The only thing that separates me from hundreds of millions of dollars is time. That's it. The only thing that separates you from the goal that you want to get to, the business that you want to have, the land business you want to have, whatever it is that you want to do, is time. As long as you have the correct inputs. Now, don't get this twisted for like not having the correct inputs. You can have the wrong inputs and it can take as much time as possible, and you'll never get there. You'll never get there ever. But if you have the right inputs, if you're connecting the dots correctly, then you will get there. And it's so important to understand and have that control, because if you don't understand and have that control, well then anytime something goes wrong, you're going to be looking for something else to blame. You're going to be looking for someone else to blame, for something else to blame, and it gives you this lack of control. And in life, you do need a sense of control, especially over yourself, because if you don't control yourself, how can you control your money? How can you control your finance? How can you control anything? How can you control your investments? How can you control deals? How can you control your business? You can't control anything else if you cannot control yourself first. And so you must have this self-preservation and complete self-reliance and complete self-responsibility to get to where you want to go. And the other thing as well is just when it comes to the certain amount of discipline that it takes to get to your goal. Do you understand the length of sacrifice that it takes to get to where you want to go? Like, you say you want to have $1 million business, but do you understand the sacrifice that it takes to get there? Do you know how much family time I've missed in the last 5 years? How many things I've said no to? How many relationships I've put on the back burner just because I was so focused on elevating to the point where I am now. And even now, it's even more sacrifice because I'm elevating to the next 20 points of where I'm going to be. For me, I have no satisfaction in knowing that I can get up every day and do whatever it is that I want to do, because I haven't done it to the point where I can look at my bank account and see $500 million cash in there yet. I haven't done that yet. And so until then, and even probably after that, I'll still be doing deals. I'll still be making things happen. And on a 24/7 basis, I'm always working a deal. I'm always working a connection. I'm always working a project. I'm always doing something. And this is how you have to be if you want to be at that level. So I understand what is required of me to be who I say I am. And because I understand that, I make internal sacrifices day in and day out. I'm always making sacrifices, but guess what? It's worth it. Because when you can have a life where you are completely reliant on yourself and you don't have to worry about literally anything. I don't have to worry about asking somebody for paid time off. I don't have to worry about, like, there are just things that an average human has to be concerned with when it comes to their finances, when it comes to how they spend their time, when it comes to, how they take care of their family, that I am not concerned with because of the sacrifices that I've made. And so you have to ask yourself, is the work ethic and the confidence that you have in yourself, is that going to match the goal that you've set? It has to match. And the problem and the disconnect becomes when people don't have the self-responsibility. They don't take their self-responsibility that it takes to get to their goal. They don't do that. They don't take the work ethic. It's none of it. It's just this goal that you say you want to have this business, so let me just see if I can pick this guy's brain or pick that girl's brain and figure something out. And then when they tell me what to do, I'm not going to do it. This is a lot of people. A lot of people is later. A lot of people is, oh yeah, I'm going to do that later when the time is right, when this is right, when that happens, when this happens, I'm going to do it later. And then later comes, and then you still haven't done it, and you still don't have any money. And this is what I see way too often in people's lives. And people will come back to me after months and say, man, I wish I would have taken action on that thing. I just didn't. And there's this thing about having a delusional amount of confidence in yourself to also know that, like, it's you. Like, it's literally you. There's nothing stopping you but you. And all I need is myself. All I need is my self-belief. All I need is my self-reliance to get to where I want to go. I don't need anything else. And do I receive help? Do I have consultants that I talk to? Do I hire people to people that have already been to where I am and say, hey, how did you do this? Of course. But ultimately, what you really have is yourself and your self-confidence. So I'm proud to be self-made. I'm proud to be built this thing from the bottom, from nothing, from a little office in Long Beach. I'm proud to have done that every day in and day out, working, making calls. I'm proud to have done that. And I'm also proud of what I'm going to do. So the confidence that you have to have in yourself to go from 0 to 100 grand to 250 grand to $1 million to 10 million and so on and so forth is unwavering. And you don't even understand how many things you're going to hear from other people just telling you, like, oh man, there's no way you're going to do that. And then once you do it, this is the thing. Once you do it, then people try to illegitimize you. Once you do the thing that you always said you're going to do, and you double down on yourself and you bet on yourself, and then you actually do it, what people start to do is they try to illegitimize you. They try to say that, you got lucky, or they try to say that it was your parents that did it, or they try to say that you did it, it was ill-gotten. This is how people are. This is how people are, because you have to realize the average person doesn't have big goals. The average person doesn't have big things that they want to do in life. The average person will see someone else and live through somebody else's life and think that they can't experience that. And so then when they see you experiencing it, or someone that's close to them experiencing it, well, then it's like they must have done something wrong to get it. And this couldn't be further from the truth. And so these are all the things that I've learned on my journey up, and why I've realized that every single thing that I want to do in my life is completely controlled by myself. Completely. And by nobody else. Nobody else can stop me from doing what I want to do. Nobody else can tell me something that's going to stop me from doing what I want to do. No one will. And you have to inherit this belief. Because once you inherit this belief, then you begin to realize that everything around you that you want to have is yours if you just choose and decide for it to be yours. Every single thing. And life becomes so great once you realize this. Life becomes so great once you realize that the only thing stopping you from getting to where you want to go is the inputs that you need to take. Taking the action. Getting around people who are already doing it. This is when life becomes great. Life is not great when you're blaming everything else around you, when you're blaming the government, when you're, gosh, man, there are people that depend on government assistance. This, completely baffles me. Why are you depending on government assistance? Oh, because I have to and because times are tough. Are they really tough? Or are you in the mindset, in the mind frame that is tough, and so you don't do anything to change your situation and you depend on the government? Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything, because it doesn't matter what circumstance you're in. There have been people that have been from the bottom on food stamps. I just had DeAndre on a podcast who said that he was on food stamps, and he said, I don't want to be on food stamps anymore. I don't want to be poor anymore. I don't want to be broke anymore. So how do I change it? These are people that take themselves from 0 to 1 million and beyond. And if you want to be one of those people, even if you're not at the bottom of the bottom, you first have to have this realization that it's you. If you're not at the weight you want to be, if you're overweight, it's you. It's your fault that you haven't gone to the gym. It's your fault that you're not tracking your macros. It's your fault. And it's going to take time for you to get to where you want to go. It will. But until you recognize that it's your fault, you'll never get there. Until you recognize that if your bank account doesn't have 100 grand sitting in it or more, it's your fault. It's all because of things that you did that led to you not having 100 grand in your bank account. And until you understand this, life is going to be very difficult, because you'll always blame something else. Oh, it's because of that guy, it's because of that guy, it's because this. You always want to play the victim. And so if you want to get there, you got to stop playing the victim, and you have to double down on yourself and say, you know what? There's not a fucking thing that's going to stop me from getting to where I want to get to. This is what I want to do. There's not a thing that can stop me from getting here except for me and me alone. That's it. It's just me. And this is what I tell myself. So I don't care what people say. I don't care what you do. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Because ultimately, I know that I'm in complete control of what I'm going to do with my life and what I'm doing with my life and the empire that I'm building. I'm in complete control of it. Nobody else. Nobody else can tell me left from right, up from down. I'm going to take the responsibility to do it myself and make sure I get it done. Because I have that full trust and full belief in myself. And if you want to be a person that's monumentally successful and that builds businesses and that their family depends on them and they look to them as the leader and not as the person that didn't do it or doesn't follow through, or like, if you don't want to be looked at like that, then you have to have complete self-confidence in yourself, and you have to double down on the things that you say, learn how to do them and make them happen. You must become a sayer. You must become a sayer and a doer. If you want to be able to reach high heights, set out targets that you want to set for yourself and do them. Perfect.
Anytime.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. All right, so I got her a 24 karat gold Bangle. I saw this thing before she was born, so happy that I got it for her. It's a $3,500 Bangle, so she'll be able to like have it engraved and have it, and like, this is, again, man, this is what I'm saying. It's about, like, right now, I'll be honest with you, I actually am not really buying anything at all. Like, I'm really on a stack mission, and over the past month, I've just been stacking. But when it comes to my child, I make sure that, like, you know, I get her things like gold, and because that's a part of it. Like, buying gold is an asset. So I do buy a lot of gold just in the markets as well. But I also buy my wife and daughter a lot of gold, and honestly, it's kind of part of my investment strategy, even though, like, I'll never sell their gold. But I mean, gold is something that you want to have in your portfolio, especially as you grow. So that's why I just get gold. So like, even when I buy a watch, like my Rolex, I don't have any diamonds on it for a reason. I don't have, like, you know, or maybe I'll get to the point where it doesn't even matter. But right now I'm not at that point. So anyways, here's the Bangle. Check out the case. It's a little gold baby Bangle right there. Super heavy, by the way. So, got that secured. Go give it to my daughter. But, anyways, so everything that I've said in this video is basically to say it's on you. Whether you start today or start tomorrow, it's on you. Whether you take the action or don't take the action, it's on you. Whether you're motivated or not motivated, it's on you. It's all on you. And I'll tell you the other thing about this. Here's the thing about motivation. Why do you need to be motivated to do something? You don't need to be motivated. Where does your hunger and your drive come from? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. If you're not hungry and if you're not driven, why aren't you? Why do you feel comfortable? Why is it that some people feel comfortable oh yeah, I'm just gonna make my $10,000 a month. If I could just get there, I could just chill. The reality is you can't. You can't just chill on $10,000 a month. That's not enough money. Do you guys know that the value of the US dollar has gone up year to date? Has gone down 10% in the last 6 months of the year. The value of the US dollar has gone down 10%. You don't have time to sleep. You don't have time to chill. You don't have time to get comfortable. And so when you say this thing about, oh man, I'm not motivated, I'm just not hungry. Femi, how do you find motivation? My biggest motivation is my family, honestly. My biggest motivation is never telling my child that we cannot afford something or that we can't afford an experience. That's my biggest motivation. My biggest motivation is making sure that my wife has whatever it is that she wants to have and that she never has to work ever. That's my biggest motivation. For some people, it's different. For some people, it's just, I want to make 10K a month. And that's fine. Honestly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for me, it's all about elevation. It's all about being the best I can be. And I know that the best I can be is way past 250 grand a month or 500 grand a month or any number at all. I'm the best. And so if I'm the best, I need to exude that in every single thing that I do. And this is what I truly believe. And if you want to be the best at whatever it is that you're doing, you need to exude that in everything that you do. So that means that you have to be the best at everything. And this is the framework that I've used to get to the point that I've gotten to. This is the framework that I'm using to get to the next 20 stages of my life. And it all starts from the self-awareness that all of it, every single part of it, is on you. Every part of it starts here. It starts right here. And it starts in knowing that, you know what? Yeah, this thing is my fault. And if I want to elevate beyond, then that's going to be my fault too. If you want to elevate beyond what people put down, what people put you down for, if you want to elevate beyond that, well then that's on you too. And protect your energy with everything. The other thing about me too, I protect my energy like it's the only thing I have. I protect my energy like it's the only thing I have. You can't be giving your energy to all these different people if what you want to do is elevate in your life. You really can't. Sometimes you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself, and every time you get on a plane, that's what they say. Say, if this thing crashes and burns, put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on anyone else. And you have to do that. And if you don't do that, well, then you're going to be in trouble. So, get hungry, get confident, start making predictions, start saying things that you're going to do, start doing them. And start taking full responsibility for why you are where you are or why you're not where you want to be. Take full responsibility and audit your life and take accountability and say that, you know what? All right, fine. I don't have my 250 grand a year business yet. Okay, I don't have it yet. But why don't I have it? Well, because I was sitting up at night watching Love Island, or because I was eating junk food, or because I didn't study enough, or because even what I studied, I didn't apply it, or because I said I was going to start that business, but I waited 3 months, or because I walk around here thinking that I know everything and that I can't learn anything from anyone. These are all common traits of somebody who's poor. Or because every time someone wins, every time someone is doing well in life, I always make an excuse that it wasn't legitimate, and somehow they had to get it from ill-gotten gains, or their family had money, or whatever. I think that it's impossible for someone to come from 0 to 100, which is why I'm still at 0. This is the average person. This is why the average person never elevates beyond their circumstance. This is why the average person is always wondering why people have and people don't have. This is why the average person is always wondering why they don't have. This is why people backstab. This is why people do all kinds of different things, right? And for me, I only, like, I'll give you an example. If I see that someone has done just something incredible, I'm always like, wow, that's amazing. How did they do that? And what can I learn from this? How can I take what they did and extrapolate it to my own life? How do I do that? These are mental models that you must build in your mind if you want to be successful. Whenever I see someone like, yep, I made $10 million this month. Okay, great. How? I don't ever sit and be like, oh, well, you must have scammed somebody to do it, and you must have did this. Like that, people that say those kinds of things, I'm like, you've never done anything in your life. And of course, like, if someone is actually, scamming and taking money from people and not delivering on services, that's different. But when you see someone that's done something time and time and time again, and they're successful at it, and you choose to hate on it as opposed to learn from it, you're just a fool. And that's why you're not where you want to be. This is the ultimate truth. And I mean, if you want to be going and, buying your kids $3,000-$4,000 gold, $3,000-$4,000 worth of gold, and it's an afterthought, well then you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. In order for me to do that with literally no thought, I had to put the oxygen mask on myself first. I had to build up my business properly. I had to make smart investments time and time again. I had to stack my cash. I had to stack my money. I had to make sure that my money was making money. I had to make sure that even when I was sleeping, my money was making money. I had to make sure that even when I was traveling, anything that I'm doing, deals are still closing, things are still happening. These are things that I had to do before I get to the point where I can go spend money like that, which really in hindsight is not a lot of money, but to most people it is. $3,000, that's more than some people's rent. So I had to get to that point where I can spend money and it's an afterthought. And if you want to get to that point, well, then you have to look at your situation, look at the things that you're doing, and ask yourself, all right, why am I not doing that? And how do I do it? How do I get there? Ask the questions and you will find the answers. This is the reality of life. When you ask yourself the question, you always find the answers. I make these videos because I want you to be as successful as possible. I want you to be a man or woman of great accomplishment, a man or woman of great wealth, and have the life that you want to have, live the life you want to live, and have the money that you want to have, and accomplish all of your goals and all of your dreams in every facet of your life. And the way to do that is first to become financially independent and financially sovereign. And the only way to do that is to look into yourself and figure out what it is that you have to do to get to where you want to go based upon what you're currently doing and what you're currently not doing as fast as possible. I'll see you guys in the next video.